about Ambazonians. Eric got to don't move hardcore evidence against Ayaba Cho. When I take a year, this one, no go fit talk at all. But evidence won't come out all the proof about
very grateful that God has given us the opportunity to see yet another day. We are also very thankful about everybody who's been very supportive. And we continuously thank everybody who has been in high spirit. And we want to also say here that it is an opportunity for every one of us Ambazonians who are watching us at this time to understand the necessity of exactly what we're doing, and for us to stay committed and concerned about everything that is actually happening at the moment. We want to thank everybody who is listening to us at this moment, and we want to say God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, we continuously remain committed to the cause, and for all Southern Cameroonians to understand the necessity for why we fight, and for some basic truths to be told, so that everybody is going to toe the line, and so that we can understand that the definition of division in the Southern Cameroon's war of independence is artificial and probably even fictional, or probably fixed by social media ghosts who are probably thinking that the only way they can divert our attention from the nitty-gritties and the crux of our independence movement is by saying that we are divided. But today I want to tell you, using this particular slogan that you must have seen there. I call it the Bafota Mapesi slogan. You can put it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It actually has 6 syllables. That stands for 6 persons, but it's actually 7 persons. So we have the Bafota Mapesi slogan. And I want us all to share extensively as we join the show. Let's continuously share. And for those who will be watching on YouTube later in the day, we want to thank you. And we also want to thank the people of Boyo. We understand exactly what's going on with Arike. Although we are seeing a lot of conspiracy theories, we also see a lot of conspiracy theories regarding the death of General Ivo. We have listened to most of the audios, if not all of them. And we are concerned about some of them that we'll be addressing today. I also want to seize the opportunity to thank my little brother and friend from Italy, Clovis Neba, who has been in constant touch with me. You know, every time I speak with this young man, we always cry together. You know, it's a brave guy who understands the genuinity of this revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to open your ears today very attentively and listen. This more or less, this is going to be exactly the gospel of this revolution that I want us all to listen to, because it is primordial for Ambazonians to understand that if you want to win this revolution, there's a particular area where you have to empower. That area where we have to empower also has to show us exactly what is going all the way. We are going to continuously remain committed to the cause, because the people of Southern Cameroon understand that they are at war with the Republic du Cameroon, as much as we also understand that, contrary to what we thought in the beginning, a lot of people would want to think that we have internal issues, but we're sorry about that. So a lot of people will think we have internal issues, but we want to be clear with each and every one of us who are listening at this moment that we have no internal problems with nobody. The cause is just a minute. Hello? Just 1 minute, please.
Hello, Mr. Eric?
Yes, ma'am. Just I'll get to you soon. I'm doing something very, very necessary, important now. So I'll call you in a couple of minutes. Like in 1 hour, I'll be in the office. Okay, yes, before 2 I will try. Okay. Well, I'm very sorry about that. That was a call that I needed to pick, because it's something that's coming from the office, so it was important. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about that interruption. You know, things happen, so very sorry. Very, very, very sorry. Okay, so we want to get these things very clear. So I think we have over 1,000 people watching, and we hope to have the numbers swell in a couple of minutes ahead. to probably 1,000 or more, especially given the fact that we have decided that we'll always be doing our live shows in the car. We'll be moving, changing directions so that people don't understand our IPs and all of those things. Because in the past time, you must have noticed that my account was clicked down and many people could not get notifications. But we have tried to improve on that. And we see a lot of you coming up now to watch. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let Ambazonians understand something. I think that more and more, I want to use the pronoun I. I have come to realize that I have the obligation dish out to protect the revolution, the integrity of this revolution from thieves, from saboteurs, from sellouts, from La Republic contractors, from all those people who have failed to understand the nitty-gritties of teamwork and the nitty-gritties of a batch. Now, I want to talk about this very important thing before I get to other issues, because, you know, for us to strengthen our revolution, we have to understand and believe, you know, in exactly what is the preoccupation of most of the people on ground zero. Permit me, I am going to be very vocal and probably very mean today, because, you know, sometimes it would need that you should be very hard in order to get some of these very funny bad seats out of the way. Before I continue, let me seize the opportunity once more to say Merry Christmas from my family and I, from everybody who's watching. We want to thank you all for your support. Now, let's go back to the crux of the live show. We want to lionize and immortalize in our hearts 7 top Ambazonians of all time. There are many Ambazonians, and the reason why I want to make this live show and illustrate this fact is because it is important for some hypocrites to understand where they stand, and for them to know that we are actually going to go any length to ensure that we have everything on track. You know, I use the pronoun I have the responsibility to flatten anybody who is anti-revolutionary and who is propagating and trying to position themselves in a position where they want to gain relevance. We want to say this, and we'll say it all over, because that is my duty and the duty I must perform. Now, I will have to get one of our sisters from Germany. She's going to come on the line now to talk to us on video call. I cannot get her on Facebook here. If she comments, I'm going to get her. I want to see if sister is there. We're going to listen to her. This is a very important. Okay, Sister Laurencia is here. She's on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, she'll be talking. I'll hold the phone so that you guys see her. I think that's Sister Laurencia. Sister, how are you? Good morning or good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Eric.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I decided to bring you to this live show today because I have said before, when you contacted me with Mommy and even your father, you both spoke to me about how much you are worried about the way some people want to destroy this revolution. And you decided to bring some things of the past that some people who call themselves leaders have decided to destroy. So anybody who's coming, when you join, you share. So sister, we want to go straight to the point. Today, the clear topic is about this gentleman who, of course, has now become a very notorious criminal in the revolution. I'm talking about the contractor from La Republic to Cameroon who has created 1,000 and more fake profiles to defend him. I'm talking about Cho Ayaba, because I have identified, I don't have any problem with Cho, but I've identified that Cho Ayaba is a con man who wants to destroy this revolution. And for us to succeed, we have to destroy him first and put him out of the way. So sister here comes from the famous family of the Jumbam from Toy Killer, where you hear the Boerherberts lied in their outing that they killed their father, whereas they didn't kill their father. So today I want her to tell us her story and how Cho Ayaba has been very fraudulent, used the father's picture to raise money back in 2014 while the father was in jail and ate the money. So sister, you have the microphone. They are listening to you.
Yes, Eric, thank you so much for inviting me in this show. It has been it's a very great opportunity for me to vomit out why really our revolution has been hijacked too long. We could have gotten our independence long ago. But there are some people here who are not working for us. I would like to thank you. You didn't pay me any money to talk. And I would like Ambazonians talk or Eric didn't look for me. I am the one that wrote Eric, and I said that it is high time we start to expose all those people in this revolution. Ayaba Cho Lucas came. They started this thing in our house. My father was the one. I would like to say something about the Bui County. Bui County is the core of the revolution. If anybody wants to support anything, they hold the Bui County and support the Bui County. Bui County, the core of this revolution, because my dad was the high core of this revolution. Ebenezer and Cho Ayaba, they have been in Kumbu, and for all long ago, they don't want unity. And unity is what we want now. They have tried. My dad tried. Anytime they go for a meeting, they're always at loggerhead. They don't understand people. They don't want to agree with anybody. They are only problems. We know that the IG also is not all that okay. But we need unity. And if the IG, those people that are also in the IG, that are not and the unity, they will be fished out. And they will be fished out. Now I'm saying this thing about Cho Ayaba. Cho Ayaba, if you really want the Ambazonia, or you really want the independence of Ambazonia, you and Ebenezer, why is it that you and Ebenezer, you have never been together? You are always at loggerhead because you people are the front in this revolution, and you claim that you are the one that is doing everything. You are so troubled. You need to come to unity with the IG because the IG is the government. They cannot dissolve the IG.
Well, sister, anyway, that's okay. We are not interested whether he's coming in unity with the IG or not, because first of all, to me, I have my position that Cho will not unite anything with Cho. I want you to just tell us your experience, how Cho used your father's picture. Yesterday, I spoke with your father all the way in his safe location, how he used your father's picture back in 2014, 2015 to raise money. We're on a conference call with Ashu Kingsley and Walter Skeyaka when you got to me. I'm sure you can testify to that.
Yeah. So
go ahead. What happened? How they raised money with your father's picture and they did not give your father money in jail? I want to know that particular part.
Okay, in 2015, if some people I recall, there was a video I did about Ayaba Cho Lucas. They did something and they implicated my dad because they have been getting money. People have been subscribing money for this. They will never ask my dad, or they will never inform that in anything. But then if they will write my dad. My dad doesn't know any financial anything finance. He is the one even taking his own money and helping in the revolution. So this 2018, they implicated that they did something. They planned for something with some boys in Bamenda, and these boys, they came to Kumbu and they implicated my dad, of which my dad was not. My dad didn't know about this thing, and they had to come and pick up my dad from the church and to the judicial commissioners, 6 of them. They came and handcuffed my dad from the church, brought my dad to judicial police in Bamenda, where he stayed there for 1.5 months before they transferred them to prison in Upstation. And they said that it is Ayaba that wrote the letter and included my dad's name inside. So my dad was in prison. There were 8 of them. My dad was in prison. They don't pay for any lawyer. Lawyer Blaze, who was the defense lawyer of the team. Lawyer Blaze was calling me here every day that we should send money, that Ayaba hasn't given money. I had to call Ayaba and ask Ayaba that where is the money that contributing to help the people in prison. And Ayaba told me that they are giving 80 euros. 80 euros. And they give 80 euros for 8 people defending a criminal case like this one, and then they gave only 80 euros. So I was telling him that these people, they are hungry in prison. My mom is the one taking care of them. My mom is morning, afternoon. Nobody is helping. They are still over there at the prison station also. I don't know how they call the name. But the thing is, my dad's picture was put together as I put it in Facebook, in my wall, so many that they should also put to prison in Bamenda.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad was put on in Facebook.
So they put your dad's picture on Facebook and was doing GoFundMe, asking for funds, but they never gave money to your father.
They never gave money to I and my my sister, we are the ones that we struggle for my dad to come out from that prison, because the Christian cardinal was the intercessor who wrote a letter to of justice and told them that my dad was not in this case.
Okay.
That my dad.
Okay, sister, that's okay. You can call me and connect with that. So you can put a 3-month call and put that there on audio. Then Dad will talk. So I'll drop you now so that if you can get to your father, like he spoke with me yesterday, put 3 of us on hands free. Then I'll ask Pa a couple of questions if Pa can talk now. So thank you. I'll wait for you to give me that call. Okay, is that okay?
It's okay.
Okay, I'll wait. So thank you, sister. I'm waiting for you to get to us with Pa so that we can continue. So one sister call, we're going to connect Pa Jumba. I'm going to explain, those who don't know this family, this Pa Jumba is the one who granted an interview on Frank Venkat some time ago with Seseko. He is a father of the popular Reverend Father Gerard Jumbam that you heard that he was killed. So now, let me be clear with all of you, these AGC surrogates who are writing things on this wall. You are free to write here because I give you the opportunity to be on this wall. My intention, I don't have any problem with Ayaba. Ayaba has been in this thing before me, no doubt. I don't have no problem with anybody, but I have a role to protect this revolution for you to know who are the thieves and who are the people we must take out. Some people say that you do this because if you take Ayaba out, the IG will go negotiate for federalism. First of all, the IG will tell you, like I called Dr. Sako, Chris Anu, and Bishop John Egewa. I've told them, even Pastor Tata, told them clear about my position about the IG. That the IG is inactive, is not proactive. I've said it many times and I've asked them to bring accounts, and I've also questioned them on a number of things that I will continuously question that everybody knows. Now, for all those of you, like take for example, somebody like Ayokche, who is always like your mommy pim and stuff like that. You're here, you can be out of this page by a click of the finger. But I've seen you have tagged me everywhere, you insult me, but I don't take you out because I know you're either Cho, Ayaba, Tapang, or one of those people, you know. And let's all be very clear. You know, a lot of you don't know. I have a focus, and when I start with somebody, I must make sure that that person is completely removed out of the revolution, because this is how I started with Tapang, and before long, all of you who today now even talk positively about Tapang is because they have brought Tapang in the AGC. So when I started with Tapang, this is the same comment that some of you were writing, that Eric, you are jealous of Tapang, you are this, you are that. So I'm reading them quite all right, but I want to let you know one thing, that if you have not noticed, I will always say that we on this platform, we have a watertight credibility, and there is nothing that you can write or screenshot that can bring me down. There is no way. You have to think about it. So long as I don't touch money and I always speak the truth, there is no way you are going to do it. Now, let me be clear with you. For those of you who don't know, we have a very big enemy in the house, which is Ayaba Cho Lucas. And if you can go and bring 201 videos, you try to divert attention. We still have concern about what happened in Guzang. What happened in Guzang is a clear thing to tell people that all of you who are supporting Ayaba, you are either demons, or you are misled, or you are frustrated, or you don't know exactly what you're doing. Now, let me be clear with you. Somebody orders the killing of fighters in Guzang. He orders the killing of fighters in Guzang, and he comes out to talk about General Ivo and fails to address the issue of Guzang. And some of you think that this thing is a joke. Let me tell you, Ayaba Cho is a murderer, he's a thief, he's a criminal, and I have proof. If I'm in the US, these are people, this is one of the proofs. All the Jumbams, they are ready to stand witness that what I'm saying as a media man is the truth. And their father, when they call me, I'm going to try to get to Sister Laurencia. When they call me with their father, yesterday I talked with their father, and I've put Ashu Kingsley online with this call together with Waters Kayaka. Now, let me be clear with you. I've listened to all those audios that some of you have said about Eric Tato. And I'm not bothered about it because, number one, there is one lady here around Maryland, somewhere in Maryland, that was trying to practice how to talk like an Akata. You know, Akata are black Americans. You know her. She was trying to talk about the Batibo thing, and then she mentioned my name, or indirectly. She could not even mention my name because she knows if she ever mentions my name, I'm going to chop her. Because, let me tell you something. I want to be very clear with you people. We will have independence without these people. This is because, let us get this very clearly. I have brought this slogan that I want every true Ambazonian to take into 2019. It's called the Bafota Mapesi slogan, which is BAFOTAMAPESI. Now, why do I put this slogan? This is the slogan, and listen very carefully. You have Bafota Mapesi. It is a slogan I want everybody to write on their wall. It is there. You know, the problem with Cho Ayaba and Akwanga is because You see, let me even tell you what happened before Akwanga went to jail. Akwanga did not go to jail because he was doing something to liberate Ambazonia. Akwanga took some things, like I think some explosive as I heard, and he was going to go to Bamenda and they do something. And Akwanga took them and went and slept in a girl's house, whether in Jakiri, somewhere around Bui there. And that was how they leaked the secret. They came and caught him. Akwanga was not, I'm telling you what I know. And he's here in the US. If I am here, I'm saying on live video, let him take me to any court in the United States. Then we'll also take him to court for the father that he kidnapped, and will also take part. Jumba will be there to bear witness, because I'm reporting from the perspective of a journalist. I'm not afraid of nobody, because anything I say, I have the backup. These are two people, you know, that we must remove from the revolution. We'll start with Ayaba. For Akwanga, I'm even still studying him. I want to hope that I can change, because the man has undiluted ego. Now, let me be clear with all of you. If you notice, this is a call of duty for me, because I will not and I will never be cowed out. I will never be chicken out. And let me be clear with anybody who does not know. You know, the issue about Eric Tato, for those of you who don't know, is that he doesn't lie. I can have discrepancies in disseminating my information, but I don't lie, because I don't have any interest to lie. I told Dr. Sakwa and other members of the IG that you have taken $700,000 and we have not had any account. You classify any expenditure, but you still ask us to contribute. The only way people continue to contribute in the IG, which they are going to do, is to ensure that they bring a watertight kind of transparent accounting system. Now, out of that, you see, every time Ayaba or Akwanga wants to talk to Ambazonians, which they are not supposed to, they say they have been here for 30 years, they have been this. But I brought the slogan called Bafota Mapesi slogan, and I want every Southern Cameroonian to listen very attentively. Listen, let me be clear with all of you fake profiles who think that you can attack Eric Tato. I will still tell you. And I was using the opportunity to send a message to one woman. They say she lives in Boston. I heard her call my name in her audio. And I've asked the Port of Boston to secure me a lawsuit for her. They have proof some of the things that she said there. For me, anything I say, I have proofs. So let me be very, 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 very excessively clear with you people that you can go and bring 2 billion and 1 fake profiles. You will not succeed. I listened to that audio that was being broadcasted by that lady around Megalang. She said they have 1,000 soldiers. I agree with her, because they have 1,000 fake accounts. If you go to Ayaba's wall, you see we don't follow him, but there are people watching, because they have created fake accounts to ensure you can see them writing here. So I want to be clear with you. First and foremost, some of you say Ayaba has been in this thing for long. The only thing that you don't know is that every revolution has a batch, just like football. Every football has a team, a particular team, just like every class, every batch, every department, every alma mater. And so you cannot say that Eto that won the Nations Cup, whether in 2000 or 1998 or whatever time, or 2000 and what, you cannot say that Roger Miller has been in this thing for long. You're talking about Eto's success. So Akwanga and Ayaba, you people must have been for long. But let me remind you people that Ayaba has done basically nothing in this revolution, because he simply ran from Bamenda and came to Germany and started using people who were in prison in Bamenda to raise funds, and he fed himself, used asylum stuffs. There are many people who have written to me. Now Ayaba has taken money for them for asylum and all of those things. These are people that we have to put out of this revolution. And I'm saying it because I can talk about the IG, talk about Dr. Sako, talk about John Egewan, talk about Ayaba Kwanga, talk about anybody on this platform, because I don't owe none of you nothing. Nobody gives me $1. You hear, I was just here, they were calling me to come back to work because I took permission. They want me back to work at 2 o'clock. For those of you who started this call, they were calling me. So let me tell you one thing that I don't know. To me, I'm not scared of anybody to tell you the truth. And I will not block none of you, because I need all of you, the Ayabas who are watching you on the fake profile, to listen very attentive to what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is the fact. Now, this Bafota Mapesi slogan stands for B-A, it is B-A-F-O-T-A-M-A-P-E-S-I. So these are the we'll talk about the 7 top Ambazonians of all time. Here I have 6 Ambazonians. I have 6 Ambazonians here plus the people of Ambazonia. Listen, I see somebody writing the area is snake. I've not been the real snake. For Ayaba, I can be 2 billion snakes, because he needs to be put out of this revolution. So don't worry about that small thing that you're writing. Am I a green snake that I've ever been for Ayaba before? I apologized with my one heart, and you people thought that it was a joke. And I told people that when I come back to this position, all of you will be rooted out. And that is a fact. Now, this revolution, Ayaba and Akwanga, you have been for 30 years like you claim. We did not see any impact. We did not know you. If Ayaba and Akwanga were that powerful, when they arrested Bala and Fontem and the rest, they would have transferred the revolution from ground zero to the hands of Ayaba and Akwanga. But we did not know them. Until when the consortium made money and raised money for Dr. Fontem's car, that's when Ayaba and Akwanga, who are money, they are money, blood suckers when it comes to money, that's when they came out. They say, okay, this revolution is a revolution. No, it is not a revolution. Let me now give you the abbreviation that I want all of you to write down. Bala, B-A-F-O-T-A-M-A-P-E-S-I. So there is Ba, For, Ta, Ma, Pesi. That is the slogan. B-A stands for Bala, F-O stands for Fontem, T-A stands for Tassan, M-A stands for Mancho, P-E stands for Pen, S-I stands for Sisiko. These are the people who have this revolution. I have not mentioned Fongo Jindika, I have not mentioned Panjo Lutume, I have not mentioned Justice Ebong, I have not mentioned all the old people that you know, and they are not bothered about it, Ambassador Fonsong, because they know that they have done their part, but they did not transform the revolution to this era. It's true that we have added Trump up, you know, Trump up grievances. Now, there is a one man that adds to this group, and he is for the people of Ambazonia. That is Wiba. So you have the 7 top people, but I've made the abbreviation to be for 6, and I've added Wiba on it. Now, let me be clear with you. Let me give you this lecture so that you understand, because listen, Ayaba will not be left alone. He needs to leave Ambazonians alone, because he killed our fighters in Guzang. He killed his own general. He's compromised, and he's working for La République du Cameroon. And some of you think that you can go and make audios and begin to say, oh, because Eric Tato is for Ayaba, that is why, you know, you probably, you know, you're doing this, you're doing that. No, I am for the people, and everybody knows that. Now, you have Bala, Fontem, Tassang, Mancho, Penterens, and Sisiko, and then there is a 7th person that is Wiba and the people of Ambazonia. Now, this revolution, everybody has done their own. People struggled. That is the slogan that you put on your wall. Bafotama Pesi slogan. That's what we used to enter 2019 with it, because those are the people we have to lionize in our hearts. Panjo Litume, Ambassador Fosong, Fongo Jindika, all of these other great fighters, we appreciate them. But during their reign, we do not have the revolution transformed to this level. Now, we are very steady about some issues that some of you raise, because we are clear about what we know and what we want to preach to the population. Now, Bala, Fontem, Tassan, Pen, and the Manchum, of course, they started this particular revolution. And I want to be very clear with all of you. For those of you who don't know, let me make it clear to you that we appreciate all your effort, and we are clear about it, and we are very cautious about what's going on. But let me move your idea from this Ayaba guy that is always wanting to be on top. The issue about you people is the hypocrisy when somebody comes and says the fight is not on social media, but is using the same Facebook to say the same thing that he's saying. We have a command of places. The first person who came to social media and said that they are in control of 2 counties is Cho Ayaba, because he says one thing and doesn't think about what will happen in the next 10 minutes or 10 seconds. Can Cho show us how many counties he has captured? None of it. Now, when Cho went to Daddy, what happened? Asked Cho Ayaba that they should release the entire video that the people televised. He took some few boys from Bayelsa, came and deceived the Daddy people. I've talked with some people who are in touch with the guys in Daddy, who are crying every day for what Cho did in their village. Now, there's also Barrister Ayame, no doubt, Wonja. The issue is that when you are doing an abbreviation, Barrister Ayame is with the lawyers like Bala. Tasang is also part of the trade union, so you cannot bring Ayame, who is also a lawyer, and bring Bala. So that's the reason, but he remains very significant as well. Otherwise, we can still modify that. Now, let us be clear with all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Ayaba, when Ayaba went to Daddy, in the speech that was read to Ayaba when he came, the person that was recognized in that speech is Seseko Ayoktabe. They read and they called Seseko their president, and Ayaba edited that part and removed it. We have all those things on record. So when we look all those things, we look and laugh. And some people said that Ayaba is father of self-defense. That is the deceit. That's the particular deception that you people have lived in for a very long time. You know, we are actually going to say this very clearly. Let me read this to you so that you understand where self-defense started. Self-defense, I want to repeat it very clearly, that self-defense did not start with Ayaba Cho and it will not end with Ayaba Cho, because Ayaba Cho is out of this movement. He's been compromised by the Republic and we're taking him out, and that is going to be my duty. If he comes and talks the next day, I'll come and do a video to counteract everything that he's going to say with facts. Now, let me be clear with all of you. I want to read out something that happened in Cameroon and to tell you that we have the facts. I'll just read it very attentively for everybody to listen, so that we will have all of this done in the right way. Okay, by 7:30 on that fateful day, 7:30 a.m., 6 gendarmes left their office in Okem Quarter. That's Okem is a quarter in Cameroon, situated some 2 kilometers from the Cameroon main junction. As usual, the 4 senior in rank sat at Mr. Akem provision store. Those were the 4 gendarmes. So I want to give you the details. One stood at the junction road to Ewele village. The other gendarme, properly called Pa Choco Choco. Choco Choco moved a bit down from the junction and positioned himself at the girlfriend's store. Listen very attentively. This is what happened on that day that they first struck Cameroon. Now, the Catholic Church is located at the Cameroon Road to Mfuni via Manfe. The ambushed soldiers who attacked and killed 4 gendarmes, I want to prove to you that they were never ADF soldiers, because ADF did not. I was the first person who reported this, because when it happened, it was communicated to me. ADF didn't know anything, and I don't want to read further because I know that what the ADF is doing, for those who know this history, what the ADF is doing is because they want us to put out evidence that will implicate Seseko. But we know, I have this text here, it's in my phone, and the father of self-defense is in this message, is sent to me by somebody who did an investigation in Bang from Cameroon. You cannot know his number, is coded. So that is, he did the research and he wrote everything. So we are out here to be preaching the message so that Ambazonians should know. This revolution moved from those people, from the lawyers to the teachers to Manchum BBC, and Seseko took the mantle. Ayaba, Akwanga, we did not know you. You were not known anywhere. The revolution was not transferred to you. AGC was not existing at the time when the lawyers were striking. You people were drawing your feet behind and you were saying all sorts of things. Listen, if I want to be a Satan because I'm talking negatively about Ayaba, please give me the next ticket to hell. I will be glad if that's going to be it. And let us be clear, all of you listen very attentively. We want Ayaba Cho to come out and explain to us what happened with our sons in Guzang. All of you who are making audios about the Guzang cartel, about the Batibo Momo cartel, you are the worst people who have ever seen. You have created fake profiles on Facebook. You have created all sorts of fake profiles, like all this one, what they call you, I say, Barisi, Pa, Buma, or what they call you. I don't know if there's a name on your ID card. If you want to talk to me as Eric Tato, bring your face and talk to me. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us be very clear with all of you who are listening to me. All of you listen very attentively, that we do not need Ayaba Cho in this revolution. We are going to, from the 5th of January, let the IG transform itself very seriously, bring us a clear platform, and some of us will put our lives there, put our money, and listen, there are things that will happen from January. And let us be clear with all of you who don't know. Ayaba Cho is out, and whether you call yourself what kind of activist, why you have been paid to come and revamp a criminal who killed children in Guzang and does not have a courtesy. Has Ayaba ever addressed the Guzang issue? No. He has never, ever addressed the Guzang issue. I'm one man who tried to reach out to all other activists and made peace with all of them. But they took that and they threw it in the mud. And today is a clear fact that I am standing on the gap for the people of Ambazonia. Every time you come and insult the IG, you bring conspiracy theories. The IG never insults you. I'm the only one activist that stands on the gap to defend the IG. Not because I have anything to do with the IG, because it's the right thing to do. And let us be very clear and very, very clear with all of you, these AGCs, criminals and fake profiles, that my name is Eric Tato. You have done everything to sabotage me. You've written to the FBI. What else will you do? You can do nothing. That is the reason why the biggest thief of the revolution, the highest criminal, that whose face is adorned with thievery, is your spokesperson. And I'm happy the way AGC has become the Churuma, the Bajek, and the La Republique of the revolution. Of course, they are subcontractors. General Ivo died. Ayaba Cho came out and said he was actually killed in battle. You have seen everywhere people have investigated. As they call Teke, Clovis neighbor, you come from Kumba. Was there any battle in Teke the day that they said Ivo died? No, there was no battle. There was never a battle. Tapan came and said some other thing. Benedict Kwa, the other criminal, came and said another thing. Yeah, I listened to his speech. He tried to mention me. The issue is that when I want to call your name, I call it. I'm not scared. And you have heard what Ayaba has done. You heard what that sister came and complained. There are many more things. Ayaba destroyed a protest in Germany because he wanted to be in charge. We have people who have spoken, who have text messages that have written, and I have come to the very conclusive conclusion that our biggest problem in this revolution is Ayaba Cho. And Ayaba Cho, please, I want to let you know that you don't represent Ambazonia in any place. You never represent it. I haven't read what Elisimi wrote, that 90% is for IG, 10% is for AGC. How did it come with that statistics? Which 10%? How will you go and give 10% to AGC? Who gave listen, let me be very clear with you. AGC is not known by even 2% of people on the ground. It's not known by 2%. Ayaba Cho is just trying to listen. Ask all the old people who know Ayaba Cho. When Ayaba Cho comes and says that he doesn't reply, he takes his time to talk. But when how do they call this other Pa who told Ayaba Cho, advised him, Ayaba Cho came the next minute to reply, because he knows that people know who he is. He knows exactly what the things he has been doing. And I want to still remind all of you, the AGCs, whether you're in Canada here or you're in US here, you are anywhere around here. Listen, my address is there. Everybody knows my address. If you want to come. This is Eric Tato. So long as I speak the truth, I stand for the poor of Ambazonia. I've never embezzled your dollar. God is going to protect me. None of you can crash my hair. I will die someday, but I will not die in the hands of an AGC, because I don't eat your food, I don't drink your wine, and definitely when you try it at all, if I decide to, you can be rest assured that it's not going to be an easy game all the way. Pan Dangan, that's the pa's name. When Pan Dangan said Ayaba, came out immediately and replied. A man who went to London alone to sign an oil deal, we thought that we could forgive him. All other activists, you came there, you were defending Ayaba. You were defending Ayaba. When Ayaba postponed his live show because I announced to come live and he could not come live, what did some of you say? Some of you came and said that Ayaba has been called for a meeting with the European Union president. So, European Union president will call somebody in a meeting 5 minutes to time in Europe? No, let's be honest. Where's the interview of the New York Times? So, you people are breeding a criminal every time you come to defend a criminal, because, of course, you people think that because you are secretary of the AGC or you are American coordinator, if Ayaba should even unite, you people don't even have any position. But whatever you need him, the IG again. And Dr. Sako, this is a message for you. Also, stop any sort of collaboration with Akwanga if he does not come to his senses. You cannot be collaborating with a kidnapper. I'm not seeing an official statement from you as president talking about the issue of the priest that was kidnapped. Ayaba has Akwanga kidnapped a priest. He comes on Facebook, accepts it. He comes on Facebook, says that they have taken the ransom. He comes on Facebook, says they will close the church, and then he turns and he's putting things on WhatsApp saying that this is proof that Akwanga did not know about the kidnapping. Akwanga, you are a kidnapper. You are the advance of Nigeria, the advance of the Ambazonian revolution, and we want to be clear with you that go and refund that money. I'm telling you, Dr. Akwanga, this one is a clear. Go and give back that money plus interest. You must pay back that money. You must pay back the money to the church. We, the people of Southern Cameroons, we don't have any conflict with the Catholic Church. Neither do we have any conflict with the Presbyterian Church. You can go and bring all those funny and slackened activists who have no value for the republic to come and be defending you. I don't care. But one thing is clear. This is the only platform where you have AGC fake profiles can come and say, your mommy Pima, your mommy this. I see you writing. Feel free. If you know that Ayaba is a man, let him go and open his own this thing. Let him go and open his own Facebook comment. You call somebody who is a leader and people cannot comment on his post. Is that even Donald Trump here in America, his post is open. Even the dictator Paul Biya on Facebook, Paul Biya is open. We can comment there. And so some of you, Ayaba says, go to Twitter, do this. So if everybody was blocking their own page, okay, imagine that the UN blocked their own page only for UN staff. Imagine that the presidents of each country, of various countries, they block their own. Imagine that various senators block their Facebook pages and their Twitter. They say only for congressmen. Ayaba, how will you tweet and people will listen to you? No, let me ask you. You are asking people to tweet, to write, to do this. Imagine that if everybody blocked their own, that okay, this is for US alone, only US citizens, or only people of the mayor of Maryland, for example, or mayor of Prince George's County, or whatsoever, or the governor of Maryland. If you block your own only for particular people, like you have created fake profiles, you have blocked even the French president, his own is open. So you have created fake profiles at 100. You are running like 100 or 200. Tapang is running 500, like we saw during the poll. This one is running this one. This one is running this amount. If everybody block our own, how are we going to communicate to the world? So, Cho, first of all, by representation of your social media platform, you even represent Ambazonians. You are a republic, and that's why your platform, you cannot allow Ambazonians to communicate their views to you. Then you will know where you stand. Allow them to communicate. So all these are fake profiles that you come and put here. About Arike's release or rescue, I want to say very clearly that Arike was not, Arike was not rescued, he was not released. Arike escaped from the hospital. That is the story. End. And he's in safe hands. My problem is I don't care why he's with the IG or whosoever, so long as Arike is safe, he's safe. So all that conspiracy theory from the other one they call Capo. Capo, since morning you have been calling Arike's sister, calling to get information, but they have been rejecting your call. I just spoke there and they told me everything. So you think that you are very smart to always sabotage. Nobody rescued Arike. Nobody rescued him. Was there any battle? If you go and to rescue somebody who's in captivity, will you not hear that somebody died? Tell us who died. Was there any gunshot? So that is the question. So when you want to report, you have to report and know that the implications of each reporting. You cannot say that Arike was rescued. Arike was neither rescued nor released. He escaped from where he was kept in the hospital. He was receiving treatment, and the Boyopo were planning on doing something on Saturday, and he did not agree with it, and so he escaped. Point. End of story. Don't come and tell us things I don't know. Arike is safe, he's sound. I've spoken with one person who is an Arike supporter, and he has told me everything. So if some of you think that you now it's an opportunity, want to tap Arike, come to AGC. Arike has the right to fight anywhere that he's trusted. And let me let you know one thing: all the AGCs, Arike will not fight for AGC, because if he goes to AGC, we'll leave that story for another day. Quote me anywhere. My name is Eric Dato. The issue about me is I don't say things I don't do. Now, there's a fake kind of manipulation that's going on with my screenshot on Facebook about General Ivo. First point, is that screenshot Eric Tatos? Yes, that's my screenshot. I wrote that comment about Ivo. And that comment came before my apology, and I don't regret it, because at the time I was ready to do anything. And let me let you know that if I will still repeat it, if I had anything about Ivo, I would have captured Ivo, showed Ayaba Cho on video to tell him who I am. But if you have sold your general, you come and give 4 different stories and you are sending out your fake profiles to probably try to change things. I look at all of you and laugh. I've listened to all the audios, about 16 audios. One person talking about Chris Ano and myself. The other person talking about Eric Tato did this, Eric Tato that. I have listened to all of them. The only thing I want to tell you is that, number one, I cannot reply to any audio that the person's name is not mentioned or the face is not there. So if you are a man, come to Facebook and say, this is me, my name is Chem, this. How Ruben in Chicago will call me that this is Ruben. How this sister just spoke with her face to tell that she's not afraid. She spoke with her face. So don't go and sit in your small room, your miserable room or your miserable job site. You make an audio, you begin to call my name there. I don't even know you think I'll come and reply. I don't give you that relevance. For the other woman in Boston that called my name and said something about what happened about 45,000 or what in DC, that some of the monies will Manchu and the FBI is investigating, and she's calling my name in it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to see her in court. She's going to tell me how I raised 45,000 and ate money that I put my money there. You do an audio, you call my name. I don't know how they call her. They say she's in Boston. I've had her address and she'll receive the lawsuit from there. That's what we're going to do with all these people. And for the other people who stole money, who have stolen money, and let them be rest assured that we're going to come after them. Now, I want to talk about the most crucial thing after this particular slogan that we'll get into 2019 with, is 5th of January. And I want to seize the opportunity to tell the people of the IG that this platform is giving them until tomorrow to make an announcement on the hall that we'll use for Siseko's celebration here in the DC area. We cannot have a government that is so sluggish, a government that is so, I mean, I'm talking to all of us here who are listening. This is a very serious issue. We have Siseko, today is remaining just 10 days to the 5th. And I was already making an arrangement to get a hall. Somebody was offering a hall and at a reduced rate. And I was going to take my time to arrange all these things. We have talked with Ashu Kingsley. But the IG people, I called some people from the IG. Today is the 6th day they have not replied. We don't know where we'll host Siseko's event. They are waiting for it. Is it that some people in the IG, you have intention to make sure that it disgrace or embarrass Siseko? That's the question I'm asking you. I'm asking everybody in the IG. How can we, the IG is supposed to normally remove a very authentic program for Siseko at least 2 weeks before now. It's just remaining 10 days. 10 days, we don't know a hall. At least we know the venue where we'll match, which is Washington DC. So we're inviting everybody to come. And I've received over more than $200. I'm going to check in my cash app about that event, which is going to be given out. The money has come, is there. Now, we have the people of the IG. I'm talking about the IG. You people know that we are supposed to have a hall to do after machine celebration where we want to have people come in their thousands or hundreds. Now, till today, you have not given us a venue of the hall. Dr. Sako, Secretary Chris Anu, Secretary Tabenyan, John Egewan, Bishop John Egewan, and all of you people in the IG, what are you people doing? Because I've addressed you people privately until it's better that we should come to the public so that the IG should know that they are not proactive. And by tomorrow, if we don't have a hall and a time, everything set out as a program, those of us activists who live in Washington DC, we are going to go ahead to draw a program, and any program that will come after our program, whether it's from the IG, will not accept it. Even if it's from Siseko's wife, will not take it. So if people are liaising with Siseko's wife, see Siseko's wife immediately. Let's put this thing out, because this platform started the idea of celebrating Siseko and will not have it, will not get it be a failure, because the IG is reluctant, the IG is sluggish. That's the same thing that happened during one of the matches here in DC. The IG stayed until it was the last if that I started going hater-skater announcing. So let us be clear. Somebody said the IG has a strategy. There's no strategy in not announcing a venue. If you want an event to be huge, you have to give announcement ahead of time. So there is no support about the IG here. I mean, there are people in the IG who just sit, there's no follow-up. I've talked to them more than 6 days ago, before Christmas. I've talked to them, and everybody just sits like that. Everybody's just like, what's going on? Nothing is going on, you know, and you look people in their faces. So this is the problem. From the 5th of January, we want to get an announcement, exactly what is happening. And let us be clear about it. Before I forget, there is a fake news that is going around that Siseko has been released. Siseko is fine. He's still in jail. And he'll be talking with his lawyers in the days ahead, like I've been informed. So let us not get anything out of place. Let's always remember one thing, that this revolution is our revolution, and there is nobody that can take it away from us. So we have said it all, and let us be clean and clear that we have a major enemy in our midst, a contractor from La République du Cameroon, who is Cho Ayaba. And for all of you, these fake agency people, I am waiting for you. Go to your walls. Do what you want to do. You know, the only issue that you have failed to understand is that God has blessed this platform with the hugest following. And I will only decide to talk the things I want to talk about. When I say the things I want people to hear, I make sure that the thing is said to the people, and I say it in the right way, because the people of Ambazonia matter. That the people who come first. So if you go with your small groups, you go and make audios that will end with your 5, 10 fake profiles, or 6 or 100 people. When I want to talk, I will come and talk. So for those of you in the AGC, I want you to know, it's either you be for Ambazonia or you go to La République. And if you come to make audios, you say, oh, this man is La République, they want to offer Ambazonia to La République. Everybody in Ambazonia knows who is La République as we speak. So it is not the audios that you make that will change the mind of people. There's nothing that you can say about Eric Tato that will change the mind of people, because this is the platform of the truth. Once more, God bless you all. And that's the message for today. Today I've talked exclusively about the internal issues of the revolution, and we will touch the issue that's happened in Bangoran the other day. In the meantime, before I go, one of our brothers have proposed that there should be 3 days prayer and fasting to change the face of the revolution. In fact, he proposed from a Wednesday to a Saturday. I hope that we can start it next week. I hope that the interim government is listening so that this can be an issue of national concern. Before I go, thank you once more, and I want all the members, the gang members of the AGC, Ayaba Cho, and your surrogates, and all of you who have sold out the revolution to La République du Cameroon by your actions and by taking money. I want you to always remember one thing, that my name is Eric Tato, and I'm ready for all of you. You are 1,010 fake profiles and more, 15 or more very sluggish and slack activists who will never be considered as anything to La République. I'm only Eric Tato, defending the truth with my brother Joshua Carr, and this should be a point to you. I have a defense from God and the poor of Ambazonia. So if you care to come, bring more audios and we'll be here. We'll go to Boya, and this preaching on this platform is meant to minimize thievery and to minimize the killing of our people. Now, let me show us all something. Just a minute. Let me show us all something before I go, so that you see what I'm trying to talk about. These pictures are very graphic. Let me show us all so that you understand exactly what I'm saying. So this is what why people should not take money, and they eat, why people are suffering. I want to show you some very disturbing pictures you have seen. Okay, now let me show you. This is a bill. I'll have to hide some people's faces. These are children. These are our children in the hospital. Look. You see? Look at that picture. I'll show you the next one. This is a bill of over 5 million. It is here. I'll show you that they have sent to me. Look at somebody's leg in the hospital. People take money and eat. Look at the wound on somebody's leg. You see that? You cannot believe it. That's how much people are suffering. That's it. Frank Eno, another Ayaba surrogate, has appeared. Look at, very graphic. You see this wound? That's somebody's leg in the hospital. That's it. They are trying to dress it. I'll hide the picture of this our brother so that nobody sees his face. See? Look at him. That's one leg. The leg has been cut, amputated. That's it. So that's it. These are children. This is the leg. Artificial leg has been put there. Look at this. Our other brother still in the hospital. A different one. Look at his leg, amputated. That's it. So yeah, I have 2 billion. Look at this other brother in the hospital. Look at the leg in the hospital. Those are people's children that have been shot. Look at. I want to show you very graphic pictures. Look at them. All of them are here. They have shot them. They have cut their legs. 2 of them. There are about 12 of them in the hospital there. They have a bill of 5 to 6 million. Nobody's paying. They said they will not clean their legs again. I cannot call the name of the hospital. Those are people's children. They are dying there. You will not talk about the children who are spending Christmas in the bushes. And then you come here. You see people who come and fellow Ambazonians will make a contender. Every day you bring some new thing to come and confuse people. You come and talk sweet. That one is not going to work. It's never going to work. And the poor of Ambazonia, before I want to end, I want to tell you that I've already given you a slogan. This revolution is not Panjo Litumbe's revolution. It's not Pa for Gojindika's revolution. It's not Justice Ebong's revolution. It's not Ambassador Foxon's revolution. No. They were here, they were there, no doubt. It is not my revolution. I'm just a partaker in this revolution. This revolution, why it is at this stage, is because of this slogan. These are the people who matter. Bala and the rest that have gone to their federalists. We'll continue with those who will remain here. So by 2019, we'll bring out a final slogan for the people now who are there in jail suffering, who started this revolution and who stand for independence. So we do not harm people. You see pictures, look how people are suffering. And you have Cho Ayaba here with his surrogate that have created 1,000 and something fake profiles. They come here, they're making this. You see them coming here. You think that if you come here and make noise on my Facebook page, I want to block you, how many minutes does it take me? You cannot come on Cho's page. So I want to, all of you be watching on YouTube, all our parents, Dr. Sako should come out. He himself and his IG, they are not clean. They should come out, restructure the IG, and make sure that we see a transparent IG, and we put money there. For us to beat this Ayaba Cho and his people and La République is for the IG to give us a transparent account where then they give us statements of expenditure every week or every month we see the things that have been bought, and then we say, a miner will have $3 million. Ayaba Cho will not be talking again. La Republic will not be talking again. Because Ayaba Cho has created fake profiles everywhere, my chip to boya, my chip to boya. In which case, I still blame Dr. Sako, because you cannot raise money and you spend the money, say that it's classified. Now, we have another person, another activist, they say he's in London, or what they call him, what? I've forgotten his name. This is his brother to one Yumfu Sango, who stole $18,000 from the IG and gave only $50 to fighters. You come, and then all of a sudden, he starts saying that these people declare this thing first. He starts trying to compare Seseko, who is in jail. Those are people that Ayaba still sent to come and doing all those kind of comparisons. I want to make you know one thing. Seseko is and would forever remain the greatest Southern Cameroonian that has ever lived. Let us put this one in our heads. That is why La Republic spent billions to go to Nigeria to go and kidnap them. That's why La Republic still gives some of you millions. All of you in the AGC, you're the people who were saying that Seseko died. Tapang analyze here how they took Seseko, they put on the tarmac here, they killed them, they dumped them on the river the same day. Tapang did that on Yannick Sikot's live show, I remember. John Baku, you did the same thing. Ayaba Cho, all of you, even this other fool that is somewhere they call Digimas, tell him that I've said that he's a fool. Me, Eric Tato. That one is like a vagabond, because he always says things that don't make any sense. He said that Seseko died. Now, Seseko has resurfaced from Set to Konengi. All of a sudden, Ayaba Cho come and make a speech and start saying that they took away Seseko. They took away Tasang. You should be ashamed of yourself, Cho, at that level, the way you pretend. Why do you call Seseko's name? Did you ever call Seseko for the 9 months or more that he was in jail? You never did. So let me be very clear with you people. We want all of us to know one thing. We want all of us to know one thing. This struggle, this revolution is on track. And everybody will come and cry out a fake profile that will not move because they're talking against Ayaba. That people see that Ayaba is out. They're trying to bring sympathy, like, no, let's just try to manage Ayaba. We will not manage a bad cocoa in our fufu. So Ayaba is out, and is out for good. He can go and bring all the thieves like Tapang and the rest to come and defend him. If you say that Tapang is your spokesperson, for example, General Ivo died, you people could not give your spokesperson so Tapang talks about other agency things, but when Ivo dies, Tapang cannot address the agency people. No, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. And none of you in the agency ever knew that Ivo was a B. Apart of the fact that I came and said it. Ayaba said something in his live show, never mentioned Ivo's portfolio, because till date they don't even know who is Ivo. If those of you who doubt, verify. Ivo was a soldier. He worked in Kolofata in the far north, precisely in a camp called Lameni. He left Lameni on permission and came to Bamenda and joined Ambazonia. That is why Ivo was dreaded. He was very powerful. But before Ivo died, he has lost the favor of all Ambazonians. Most of the pictures that you saw with Ivo with the crowd, they are same pictures that Seseko declared 22nd of September and 1st of October. That there was opportunity. Ivo took those things, and AGC will always keep for a later date. So let us be clear, and people should all know that Ayaba is a manipulative guy, and we have been ordained and put in this revolution to ensure that anything that Ayaba comes and says that is wrong will come out there to put our people back on track. My brother Emmanuel Njoko will say it, that Ivo was a soldier from Lamani, but Tapang did not know, because if Tapang knew, he will carry it in his head and he will be writing theses about a General Ivo. So you can have a general that you don't even know his biography, but yet all of you, all the Capo Daniel and the rest, all the AGC surrogates, you don't even know who was General Ivo. Till date, you are scared to say whether Ivo was a B or not, because you don't know. Now I've given you the permission. You can say it, write the eulogy and write his biography. Ivo was a B. He was working in Kolofata in Lamenikam. And let me tell you one thing. So if you don't know today. So I'm done with all of you, these criminals of the AGC. And if you care to make more audios, and bring them. My name is Eric Tato. I'll stand for the gap of the poor of Ambazonia. But like I've said, from January, people will see things that will start happening. God bless you all, and have a Merry Christmas. If there is need, tomorrow I'll still come live. After tomorrow, I'll still come live. 2 o'clock is approaching. I have to go back to work. God bless you all so much. I think we're going to leave you all here, and thank you so much.